प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्तधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रटजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्ननदी कैवर्तकः केशवा पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमला प्रध्वांसि निःश्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ज्ञानावस्थिततड्कटेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಮ್ಮ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಮ್ಮ.
ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನೇ ನಮಃ. ಅಥ ಪ್ರಥಮೋऽಧ್ಯಾಯಃ ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಿಷಾದ ಯೋಗಃ. ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಉವಾಚ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಷೇತ್ರೇ ಕುರುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರೇ ಸಮವೇತಾಯುಯುತ್ಸವಃ ಮಾಮಕಾಃ ಪಾಂಡವಾಶ್ಚೈವ ಕಿಮಕುರ್ವತ ಸಂಜಯ. ಮಂಜರಿ ಭಗಿನಿ ಕೃಪಯಾ ಸ್ವೀಕರೋತು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಭಗಿನಿ. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita classes, English session. Good evening one and all. So last class we had already started Karma Yoga, and I think we have done 10 shlokas. So just let us do a quick recap of what we have done in the previous classes, and then we'll start with the 11th shloka. So we had seen in the last classes about yajna. What is yajna? So that we had seen. So one yajna is making havan, that is offering ghee or yajna samagri into the homa kunda and doing homa. That is one type, but that is not the only type of yajna. So yajna is something which is giving something or offering something to God and asking or praying him in return. So that is yajna. So the basic message here is we cannot ask anybody, even God, without giving. So everywhere, every time, there should be our contribution to this samashti. Samashti is this ecosystem, we can say, or the society. So we should give it to society, and definitely we'll get back from the society. So without giving we can't demand, without giving we can't pray God also. So we must give. And yajna means this mutual thing, that giving and taking, that itself is called as yajna. And uh, the one more thing, yajna is, that is, give your 100% attention or effort, whatever you do. So whatever we do, we should put our 100% effort. And whether we are paid well or not, whether we are noticed or not, whether we are recognized or not, but if we do it with dedication and devotion, that becomes yajna. That is called as yajna. We see such things around us. So yajna means swadharma palana. So all of us have duties, and we have seen in previous classes, there are two types of karma or duties, like niyata karma and kamya karma. Niyata karma is something which we should do compulsory, that is our duty. Like for a king, he has to do his duty. For a soldier, for a judge, for a police, for a teacher, for a mother. So this police, judge, soldier, king, sometimes they may not like their duty, but they have to do it. So that is called as niyata karma. And then uh, for all of us also, we all have our duties, niyata karma. So if we do our duties without any expectation, then that becomes yajna. So we have seen that yajna is something when we put our 100% effort in whatever we do, without any expectation, even if we are paid or not, recognized or not, praised or not, but continue to do because it is our niyata karma. And we see so many instances around us, that is, a mother, how much ever the children trouble her, but then also she tries her level best to make them good citizens. She never expects anything, she is not paid for that, we all know. So in the same way, a teacher in Gurukula and all, he used to impart the knowledge, everything, whatever he knows, everything he used to transfer that knowledge to his Sisha. So that also is called as Yajna. And then a singer, a dancer. So what they do, they singer. So he practices so many times, and without any expectation. So he's so totally engrossed in learning music. So he practices, he refines, uh, he practices until he becomes perfect in that. So even if nobody is noticing him, even if nobody is giving any award or reward, he does it for his own self satisfaction. Same is the case with the dancer, and same is the case with any artist. So what he does, so until he gets satisfaction, he just deletes some strokes and then makes them, refine them, and then reform them, then make it nice, until he gets satisfaction. So he doesn't have uh, any expectation, like someone should praise him, someone should award him, reward him. No, he is doing it for his own satisfaction. So when individuals do some act, good act, without any expectation, then that becomes yajna. And when each and every one of us do our niyata karma, do our duties with niswartha bhava, nishkama bhava, and with nirvanchana, without keeping anything, giving everything whatever we have, share with others, then that is called as yajna. So with this revision, we'll move on to the 11th shloka. And last class, we started with the shloka. 10th shloka said that Sahayajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadham esha osti ishtakamaduk. So it said that the Prajapati Brahma, so along with the humans, along with all the creatures, he created yajnas also. And he said that through these yajnas, you please the gods, and gods will give you whatever you ask. So that's what he says. And the yajnas and the creation, the Srishti, both of them started together. So we'll continue with that. So to get whatever we need, what we should do, we should please the gods through yajna. So what is yajna? Yajna is giving and taking. Third adhyaya, Bhagini. Third adhyaya, we are starting 11th shloka. Yes, Bhagini, please read 11th shloka.
Okay,
Devan.
okay, Bhagini.
uh,
देवान् भावयथानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ.
Dhanyavad Bhagini. So Krishna is telling, so you cherish the devas by acts of yajna, and then uh, they become pleased, and the devas cherish you in return. So this way, both attain the good, higher good, or both attain the shreyas, says Krishna. So devan bhavayata. So you people uh, please gods through yajna, and devaha bhavayantu vaha, those gods will please you. And then parasparam bhavayantaha, you both mutually uh, pleasing each other, so you will get shreyaha, you will get shreyas. What's that? How is it? We'll go into the details. So if anything we have to pray God, we have to pray it through yajna, it seems. So yajna means what? Yajna is basically offering the havis, and then the ghee, and then the homa samagri into that homa kunda. So that is yajna. So yajna means giving something. So usually the yajnas were performed uh, to ask something, that is we have seen, to ask for rain, or to ask for putra kameshti yaga, and then jyotishtoma yaga to get heaven, and all those things. So what it is basically, so we have to offer something, please the god, and then ask him or pray him. So here Krishna is telling that if we have to ask something to God or pray something, then we should pray through yajna. And then what is yajna? Yajna is offering. So we have to offer something. We cannot ask anybody anything without giving at least little bit. So that is the idea here. At least little bit we have to give. Only then we will get right to ask something or accept something from others, to take something from others. So we may say that God only has given us everything. So He has everything. So then what we can give Him? So because He has everything, He is the owner. And then, so compared to Him, we are all very poor people. Then why He should expect something from us? What it is? Why we should give it to God? So it is like, even though God only has given us everything, but we have to offer Naivedya to Him. So God doesn't need anything from us. It doesn't make any difference to Him by our Naivedya or by our offerings or by giving or not giving. So if we give something, that doesn't make any difference to Him. If we don't give, if we don't offer Naivedya, that will not make any difference to Him. But it makes a huge difference for us, because it will cultivate a habit of sharing or selflessness, and remembering Him and thanking Him, and for giving us everything. So it is by offering Naivedya, by giving it to God, so we get benefits. It doesn't matter for God at all. So what we should do, whatever little bit we have, we should give it, and God will not take it, as all of you know, the Naivedya, God will not take it at all. So, offering to God is an opportunity to wash away our sins. So, anything, whatever we offer to God, He never takes it. And we see that whatever we give, it comes back in multiple folds. For example, a farmer sows the seeds, so maybe few seeds, some 10 or 10 to 50 seeds, if he sows, he gets thousands and thousands of seeds, isn't it? So whatever we give in the name of God to someone, in the name of God to someone. It can be shramadana, that is helping someone physically, cooking food or anything. And then annadana, all of you know what it is, vidyadana, or giving some aishwarya dana, sampad dana, whatever. So nothing go wasted. It is because whatever we get, it is said that we get more, more means in multiple folds we get return, it seems, even if we give it to people around us in the name of God, so we get back in multiple folds. It is like we common people also, suppose if we get a work done uh, by a maid or someone helps us, someone does some work for us, then we never send them empty handed. So someone does some work for them, definitely we'll give their wages, definitely we give. So in the same way, if we do something to God, that is, the feeling here is God is there in each and every individual. So how to give God, that may be the question. So giving God is to give it to the needy people around us. Eko devaha sarva bhuteshu gudaha, God is there in each and every individual. So giving it to God means giving it to the people around us, needy people around us. So if we give, so if we give one, then definitely we'll get 10 or 100, it seems. So uh, whatever duty we have, the kartavya we have, we do it in the form of a yajna, in the yajna rupa, that is without doing it without it, our niyata karma, our duty of a teacher, of a mother, or of a doctor. If we do it sincerely and dedicating it to God and without any expectation, then that becomes yajna. And definitely, if we do it in a selfless way, definitely God gives us in abundance. That's what is the theory here. So we should please God by giving. So giving it to whom? Giving it to his representatives around us. Those who are in need, they are representatives of God. So giving it to them, giving it to the society. So what happens? We will get it back in multiple folds. So that is yajna. So whatever we have, little bit also if we have, we must contribute it, we must share it. And then whatever remains, that we should use. That's what the next shloka says. Bhagini, go to the next shloka.
अस्तु भगिनि इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैर्दत्तानप्रदायैभ्यः यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः
धन्यवाद भगिनी. इष्टान् भोगान् हि वह देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैः दत्तान् अप्रदाय एभ्यः यः भुङ्क्ते स्तेन एव सः. So, what he is telling is Ishtan Devan Bhogan Hi O Devaha. So, in the previous shloka, Krishna told that we should give it to, we should please them through offerings, and they will give us, they will also please us with whatever we pray for them. So, mutually, we should please each other, was said. So, when we please the God like that, when the devas are cherished by the yajnas, then they will confer physical pleasures upon you, he says. So, uh, Ishtabhogan hi o deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha. Yajna bhavitaha, one who are worshipped by this yajna, dasyante, they will give us whatever we pray, they will give us. Taihi dattan apradaya ebhya bhunkte stena eva saha. So in return, one who doesn't share his pleasures with the gods, then he shall be considered as a thief. So the thief. So this stena is a thief. So what Krishna is trying to tell is, so when we pray God through yajna, as he only has described in the previous shloka, that we have to please God through yajna. Through yajna means by giving it. So when we please him like that, then God gives us whatever we pray, God gives us. And and it is said that, so the God never says no to whatever we ask, but how much ever we deserve, definitely he gives. How much ever we give, how much ever we have contributed to the society, definitely we'll get it back. So how much ever we deserve, that much definitely we get it. But when he gives us, then we should make naivedya to God, and then we should consume that. That's what. So because everything has come by his mercy, and what we should do, it is whatever the lake water, giving it back to lake. Kereya neerannu kerege chelli, there is a famous Purandaradasa song in Kannada. So it is like that. So whatever God has given us, we have to do naivedya for that. So we have seen uh, what is naivedya. So suppose everything God has given us, but then also we should do the Swadharma Rupi Yajna, and we do Nevedya, and then it is believed that the Devatas become happy. So we can understand this by a simple example. A father cuts a big apple and cuts into small pieces and keeps in a plate and gives it to son. So then what son does? He takes the plate from the father and he picks few pieces and gives back to father. Please, you also have with me. So even though it is given by father only, but the child asks the father to eat. Then what father says? Father feels very happy and he says that no child, I don't want. Please, you have it. So then the child also feels very happy. In the same way, so whatever God has given to us, if we offer a little portion of it as a naivedya, God also feels so happy. He blesses us, and when He blesses us, that food becomes pure, and then it's called as prasada. So then, when we consume that prasada, so we become as happy as that child feels. When the child feels happy, when the father gives the pieces, the child feels very happy. He feels so blessed. So the same kind of feeling we get when we offer naivedya to God. So that's so. It is said here that whatever God has given to us, a small portion, we should give it to God. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't make any difference to God. But we feel that that prasada is, it washes away all the sins, and then it makes our chitta shuddhi, the heart becomes pure for us. So here he says that Yo bhunkte stena eva saha apradaya, without giving it to God, without offering it to God, then he is treated as a thief. It is like, suppose when we go to somebody's house and we eat the food without giving it to the host, everything if we consume, then what happens? We are treated as thieves only, because uh, we are not asking them to eat with us, or we are not sparing any food for them. Suppose if we eat everything and the host himself has nothing there, then we are called as thieves only. It is like that. God has given us everything, but without giving to God, if we eat, then we become like thieves. That's what is said. So even though whatever he has given, it is with us, even though the things we feel that it belongs to me, but always we should feel that it is God's. He is the owner. We are just trustees. We should have the feeling that we are like trustees. It can be anything. It can be power or position or wealth or um, the knowledge, whatever it is his. He must have given for some person something abundant. Like, suppose if I have too much of wealth, so then I should not feel that I am the owner of this wealth. God has deposited it in me to distribute it to the society. Like, there will be water tanks in every areas, huge water tanks. So water tank should not feel that all this water belongs to me, because God, the municipal corporation has deposited that water there to distribute it to all the houses through pipes. In the same way, if God has given us something more, it may be wealth, it may be talent, it may be physical strength, whatever it is. So what we should feel, it is to share, it is to distribute with to the all the people. So when we do that, because God is the owner, and he has, uh, to some people, if he has given something more, it is to distribute it to all. So when we distribute the things given by the God to everyone, then, and then if we enjoy the remains of that, then that is called as yajna. And Krishna says that that is a talent, that is the rahasya marma of enjoying the things given by God. Anything which is given by God, whether it is knowledge, whether it is physical strength, or whatever power or whatever, it becomes more enjoyable when we share it with people. It must, I think many of you might have noticed this also. So there is something called as joy of giving. So when we give it to others, when we share it with others, the enjoyment multiplies. That is called as yajna. So each and every one of us should be always giving something to the samashti. Samashti is our surroundings, the society, or the ecosystem itself. So we must be giving something, contribute something to the samashti to make it strong. So only when the samashti, the society, the community becomes strong, then we become strong. So only when we all pay taxes honestly, then what happens? The country becomes rich. So we will enjoy so many benefits: the good roads, good street lights, flight services, luxury trains, luxury buses. When we all contribute from our part, our side, from our earnings, when we all pay taxes, then the country becomes rich. And when country becomes rich, in turn all of us will get to enjoy the benefits of it. In the same way, each and every one of us, whatever we have, we should contribute it to the samashti, make the samashti strong, and then in turn we'll get return from samashti. And this is yajna. Gives whatever we have to the society and get the benefit from the society. So this giving and taking is called as yajna. Bhagini agre pathatu.
अस्तु भगिनि। यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते ते भुञ्जते ते त्वघं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्।
धन्यवाद भगिनी. So further, so in the previous shloka he told that those who eat without offering to God, so they are treated as thieves. So next he says that e pachanti atma karanat, one who cooks food only for himself. So, and then what he eats, papa only he eats. Bhunjate te agham papa. So one who pachanti atmakaranat, one who cooks only for himself, one who is too self-centered, one who is very stingy, one who never gives anything to anybody, and then what happens? They suffer. They suffer and they get papa, they eat papa, they consume papa, is said here. And we know that one who doesn't contribute in any way to the society, he becomes lonely and definitely he suffers. That we have seen. And now yajnashishtashinah santaha muchyante sarva kilbishaihi. So yajnashishtasinah, what is this yajnashishtasinah? We will see. And then santaha, that is the saints. So one who become free from all the kilbishaihi, all the doshas. So they get escape from all the doshas because they eat yajnashishtashinah, the virtuous people, the santas, the saints. So those who share and eat, and those who eat whatever is left after performance of yajna, and they become sinless. And selfish people, that is bhunjate te tu agham papa, selfish people who prepare and eat themselves without sharing, so they acquire sin, is the meaning of this shloka. So we will see why we should uh, give it to others. What is yajnashishtasinaha? So yajnashishtasinaha is something, so during yajna, when they do havan karya and all, so first they offer it to gods, and then what they do, uh, they make naivedya. They, and when the naivedya is offered to god, it is called as prasada. They distribute it to all the guests, and then whatever is remaining after distribution, that is consumed by the host, and that is called as yajna shishtasinaha. What is remaining after the yajna, so that is consumed by host. So, and that food is free from all the kilbisha. So the yajna shishtasina is free from all the sin, it is sinless. And he gets moksha, is told. So now we are not doing that yajna, no havan, we are not doing every day. So for us, what is yajna? Doing our duty, our swadharma palana, is yajna for us. So then what we should do, what is yajna shishtasinaha for us? So we are not doing that havan karya every day, no. So we are doing only just our duties. So what is yajna shishtasinaha? So each and every one of us, we have to perform 5 yajnas. So they are devata yajna, rishi yajna, pitru yajna, manushya yajna, and pashu yajna. There are 5 types of yajnas, and we must offer a part of our earnings, or it may not be not always money. So it can be anything, like it can be knowledge, it can be physical strength, or it can be anything, that whatever we have, we should share with these 5 people, because we are indebted to these people. One is devatas. So how is that? So from the time of Srishti, the devatas, to make the human life comfortable, so they have given us so many things. They have given us trees, they have given us pashu, pakshi, medicinal plants, and then they have given us anna. The devatas have given us anna, water, flower, fruit, and some essential things like metals, and so many things in the earth crust. They have given so many things. So we are indebted to devatas. So what we should do, whatever we earn, we acquire a part of it, should be offered to devatas. That is called as devata yajna. And second one is rushi. So these Rishi Munis, so these Rishi Munis impart knowledge, they distribute knowledge to the world. So because of them only, we today we are able to read Bhagavad Gita. These Veda Upanishads, they have, they, those people have protected them from the time of Srishti. So that is from mouth to mouth, ear to ear. That's why they are called as Shruti, means by hearing only. So it was their responsibility to carry forward this divine knowledge to the generations. So it is because of them we have this Bhagavad Gita today. And the rishis are not only the ancient rishis, the modern scientists also we call them as rishi. It is because of Thomas Alva Edison we have bulbs and light today. It is because of so many scientists' effort that so many vaccinations were invented, and we are free from so many diseases. There are so many inventions. So these scientists are not less than any Rishi Munis. So we are indebted to those people. Because of those people, our life have become so smooth and so comfortable. So that is called as Rishi Yajna. So we are indebted to that. A portion of our earnings should be offered to them also. And next is Pitru Yajna. So all of you know that Pitru is our parents and our ancestors. So because of them, we are here today, and because of their selfless uh, service and love and affection, we are what we today. And these Pitrus are responsible for the uh, production of this Manukula and protection of this Manukula. Because of them, the species continues on this earth. So we are indebted to these pitrus also, that is our parents and our ancestors also. So a portion of our earnings should be offered to these pitrus also. And next is manushas. So manushya yajna it is called as. So how we are indebted to manusha, I think all of you may be knowing that the food that we take in our plate, so behind that, there is labor of thousands of people. So the by the time the food comes to our plate, starting from the farmer, then there are so many workers, there are so many people who bring that water pipe to that field, and then a driver, tractor driver, and then the wholesale, the retailer, wholesaler, and then suppose if we are bringing it online, then the person who brings it to our doorstep, and then one who brings and gives a cylinder, one who uh, manufactures his gas stoves. So there are so thousands and thousands of people, those who have worked really very hard to get that one plate of food in front of us. So we are indebted to these people. And the clothes we wear, so thousands of people have worked in the factories to get that dress ready, that cloth we wear, and then the chappals or slippers we wear, so many people have worked hard. And then the bus we climb, and the pen we hold, the computer that we're using now. So this is the effort, the fruit of the so many people's effort. So we are indebted to all these people. That's why we should keep a share, a part of our earnings to offer to these people. And then pashus and pakshis and the trees. So pashus and pakshis, the birds, so these birds, without our knowledge, they do bija prasara, that is propagation of seeds, and so many other things which are invisible to us. So in the srishti, in the srishti there are nitrogen cycle, water cycle, hydrogen cycle, and so many things going on without we may not be aware of those things. So all these animals, these creatures are doing their duties in a very dedicated way. So for a small example, the waste products of these animals may become manure for our plants, our trees, and then we get the fruits and many crops and all those things. So we get food, and the upakara or the help that we get from trees, so we cannot describe, we cannot express that in words, because without trees, because oxygen we get from trees, without oxygen there is no life. And then trees give us food, trees give us medicine, trees give us shadow, trees give us clothes, trees give us paper, trees give us gum, whatnot, so many things. And very important is trees give us rain, and with the rain we get food, we get crops, all these things. So all these five people, that is devatas, rushimunis, pitrus, manushas, and these pashu pakshis, all these five, we are deeply indebted to these people. So they are all very closely, intimately related to, there is a network within all these five people to maintain this system, ecosystem. So all these are helping the human. So for all these people, we are indebted. So whatever we earn, we should keep a small portion of it as a offering to all these people. So when we do this, and then uh, whatever remains for us, when we eat that, then that is called as amrutashi or yajna shishtasinaha, or amrutashi, both are same. So when we give all the shares of all these people, so now we have seen that how to offer a part to these pashu pakshis. It is very easy. So we can give food to pashu pakshis, or we can give some water to them. So that way we can give some offerings. So trees also, we can grow more and more trees, we can plant trees, we can put manure, fertilizer, and all those things. So that also can be done. So for manushya, we can give it to the people around us who are needy. And then for Rishi Munis, we can give it to some gurus and all those things. Then how pitru also, it's very important. So pitru rana, when they are alive, we should do our level best to keep them happy. And then after that, we will be doing pin tarpana or shraddha. So that is pitru rana is done. Then how to do deva rana or deva yajna, which is very important. So we may think that how can we give that, because we don't see God will not come in front of us. So how can we do that? It is through the God's representatives. Who are God's representatives? His own children, that is the needy people around us. So God's representatives are the needy people around us. So that way we can be free from this devarana. That is, uh, ev- every living being or every creature is like a post box. So when we drop letter, it, suppose we want to drop a letter, I write a letter, or I have to post a letter, and not from this locality, somewhere from some other city also, in any post box I can drop it. But wherever I drop, it reaches the head office. So wherever I drop, it may be from a village, it may be from a city, or it may be from some other totally entirely different city which I don't know. Even if I drop a letter in there, that city's letter box, then also it goes to the head office, and then it goes to the addressee. In the same way, all these each and every creatures in front of us are like post boxes. So if we help them, it directly reaches God. It's like a letter posted in the red color post box. So all these creatures, the poor people, they are representatives of God. And how we can free ourselves from this debt of, that is devarana, that is by helping him. So then it is said that whatever we give it to God, it never goes like that. It becomes vruddhi, it multiplies. That's why we should always give it to God. So it is very evident in case of vidyadana. So when we were students, we study for marks, and even though we don't have much knowledge, we may get marks. But when we start teaching, so we go deep into the concepts, we understand the concepts before teaching it to others. And then when we teach it multiple times, and then what happens, the knowledge multiplies within us, and what remains at the end is the Yajnashishtasana. That is, really it belongs to me after distributing to others. It and Vidyadana, we know that we can understand that on sharing it multiplies. But it is the same case with the wealth also, with anything, with the physical strength, whatever. So if we help it to others, if we share it with others, whatever we share, that multiplies. That's why what we should do is, whatever we have, we should share it to others. Only then we should consume that. That's what Krishna is telling here. uh, Bhagini, please read the next shloka.
अस्तु भगिनि अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न सम्भवः यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यः यज्ञकर्म समुद्भवः
Yes,
कर्म
Bhagini. So, yes.
this also
Yeah, Bhagini. Two shlokas
uh,
together.
कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि ब्रह्माक्षर ब्रह्माक्षरसमुद्भवम् तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम्
Dhanyavad Bhagini. Krishna is giving some sequence here. So he says, Annad bhavanti bhutani. So the evolution of beings is from food. And then uh, Parjanyad anna sambhavaha. From rain, the food is produced. And then Yajnad bhavati parjanyaha. From where the rain, the yajna does the rain. And then the yajna is born of karma. Yajna karma samudbhavaha. And then karma brahmo, from where karma comes. Karma is risen from the Vedic wisdom. and the Vedas have originated from imperishable Lord Himself. So, hence, all the pervading Vedas are firmly established in yajnas. Brahma nityam yajne pratishthitam, says Krishna. Bhagini, the first loka. So, here Krishna says that all these animals, they are evolved from anna. They grow from anna. And from where anna comes? Anna comes from rain, parjanya. And then from where rain comes, it comes from yajna. And from where yajna comes, it comes from karma. From where karma comes, it comes from Brahma. From where Brahma comes, it comes from Akshara. And where Akshara comes, again it is yajne sthitaha. It is in the yajna only. So this is the sequence Krishna has given. And then we will see how the living beings. So this one we have seen that the animals or the human being, including we are also treated as animals in animal kingdom. So we have seen that the living beings grow after eating food. So then for this food to grow food, we need rain, isn't it? So that we know. And then next is, for the rain, we need yajna. So that is given here. So then all the other things, the previous two things are very obvious, that we know very well that the living beings grow by eating food, and then food comes by rain. That also obvious. But now we have to discuss how rain comes from yajna. So it is said that rain comes from yajna. So there are two ways of looking at it. One is scientific way, and one more is the spiritual way. So scientifically, if we see how the rain comes, so suppose if we grow trees, more and more trees, what happens? The trees, there is a procedure called as transpiration, where the trees give water, and the water reaches the sky, and then it helps in the formation of clouds. So that pours as a rain. So therefore, it is like uh, yajna. So what is yajna? So when each and every one of us do our duty, that is yajna, no? So when a farmer does his duty, so then it leads to rain. So that is one way. And ancient way, the yajna is the havan itself. So because of, if havan is done in each and every home, so because of that fire, the smoke, so it helps in formation of clouds. So then that brings rain. So that these things are the scientific way of looking into this. But there is one more spiritual way. We have seen that people telling that because there are such good people, because there are some kind people on this earth still, so we are getting rain time to time, we are getting crops time to time. We have heard this, all of us, and we think that it's a myth. Simply people tell like that. But when I'm reading this Bhagavad Gita, I felt that yes, there is some point in it. It is because when all of us do our duty, when all of us contribute from our side, so then what happens? So everything, there is some this in this ecosystem, there is the humans, they help in regulating the services of the ecosystem by planting more and more trees. So the actions of humans have a great impact on this ecosystem in maintaining the cosmic order. So how it is maintained? Like we are planting more and more trees, and also maybe the unwanted waste products released from the body, the dead and decomposed bodies in the earth crust. So they are all making manures, and they are all helping in the growth of the plants. And the plants, we know that if plants are there, then it rains. So that is the contribution of humans in the ecosystem. So the ecosystem to work perfectly, so all of us should do our duties. If I can take a small example, suppose if I'm a landlord, and suppose I have some farmers under me, and my duty, my niyata karma or yajna for me is to take care of all those farmers properly, pay them a proper payment, so that they will not have poverty, they will become healthy, and they will do their duty. Suppose if I don't pay them well, and they become weak out of hunger or poverty, then they are not able to do their duties properly, so I don't get good crops or I don't get good trees in the field. Suppose it increases in the society, what happens? So there will be drought, so in particular area, so there will be no rain. So why it has happened? Because I have not done my yajna, so I have not done my karma. So in the same way, if everybody is doing their karma, doing their duties in a dedicated way, everybody is contributing, then what happens to the samashti, to the ecosystem? The ecosystem becomes rich and it gives whatever we need. And so this is one example to get rain. And one more example we can take. Suppose there are four members in a family, four earning members we can think as, and suppose we have something called as common fund, and all the four members are very honestly uh, putting their contribution every month. And so what happens? Suppose one of the family member has any emergency, so then they'll be having adequate fund to uh, face that emergency, so that common fund becomes fatter, and so that there will be no worries. So in the same way, to this srishti also, to this samashti also, each and every one of us, if we are contributing honestly, the samashti becomes strong, and so we will be getting whatever we want to get it from the society. In the same way, if we do the yajna, swadharma yajna, then what happens? There are so many actions which are related to each other. So if I do my duty, like I took the example of farmer, if my farmer is happy, if my farmer is healthy, only then he can give his 100% in growing crops. And when his crops are healthy, his trees are healthy, only then transpiration can take place, only then clouds are formed, only then it rains. In the same way, there is some intricate network relationship between all the actions of all the living beings. That's why it is said that if every one of us do our karmas, do our yajnas, then we'll get these crops or the rain time to time. So it's not myth that people tell that it is because of good people we are getting rain time to time. Yes, there is a relation in this ecosystem. So if everyone do our duty, everyone uh, contribute to this samashti, only then we will get back from the nature like rain and the other things. So every time it is the rule is the golden rule is we should give and then ask. So it is like we, and it is called this srishti itself is virat yajna. It is a huge yajna, it is big yajna. Yajna means giving and taking. So it is like, if I don't deposit any money in the bank, and if I go to a bank with a check, how can I get money? It's not possible. How can I do draw money from Google Pay or give money to someone with Google Pay unless I deposit? So we have to deposit whatever we have. So we may say that okay, so we have to contribute whatever we have, at least something we will be having. So someone may say that I don't have anything, I'm very poor, so I'm illiterate, so I cannot do vidyadana, I'm very weak, I cannot do shramadana, so I'm very poor, I cannot do annadana, so I don't have anything, so I cannot give anything to anybody. So it's not like that. So at least if you have a kind heart, so you can sit with someone, speak some kind words, so that is also a kind of dana, that is also a contribution. So what happens, the receiver not only becomes happy, so in turn he spreads kindness in the society. So when he receives kindness, so he spreads that to other people. So then there is a chain of kindness, kind people goes to the samashti, and the same kindness comes back to us. It is like the rivers pour water to the ocean, the samudra, and samudra will not give it back to river. It makes vapors, and then it sends it to the clouds. It helps in the formation of cloud, and then the clouds pour water into the river, so river gets indirectly from the samashti, so it won't get from the sea. So the river pours waters to sea, in turn sea will not give anything to river, but sea will give it to the samashti. So that is, it helps in formation of clouds, and it helps in formation of rain, so it gets back. In the same way, if I help someone, so they may not help me, but if they help to someone else, so it will again reach me only, because if we make our samashti strong, definitely it will come back to us. So that we should believe that we have to give always, we have to contribute. We don't have any right to ask anything to God also without contributing anything to anyone, without giving anything to anything, so this anything to anybody. So this srishti is the foundation of this srishti is yajna. The foundation of this srishti is on giving and taking. So everything in this world, there is a business of this giving and taking. Everybody is giving, the trees, the pranis, the pakshis, and the manusha, everybody is giving. And then some people give it happily, and some people grumble and give, oh, I have to give, so they'll grumble. And some people think that I'm very smart, the others are giving, so I'll just enjoy the benefits. So they think that they're smart, but God knows how to take from them. So God will not leave anyone. So if we are not contributing, we may think that we are not noticed, but God knows how to take from us. So better, very honestly, we contribute whatever we have with us. We have to give it to the society. We have to give it to the samashti, to the community, for the welfare of the community. And welfare of the community is in turn welfare of me only. So if we understand this, then we will be doing our duties properly, and that is called as yajna. That's what Krishna is telling. So next, Bhagini, I took entire time today. So we'll do Parayana, 5 shlokas.
No, Bhagini, time is
Time is
not there.
okay. Next week we'll do.
Okay, Bhagini.
Okay. Okay. Dhanyavad,
So
Bhagini.
Sukanya is also not there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you want to finish, you can finish.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Today's thing is done.
Ah,
Uh, yeah. 5 shlokas I was supposed to finish, so that is done.
oh,
But Parayana we'll do it next time. Time is up. धन्यवाद सर्वेभ्यः.
धन्यवाद Bhagini.
धन्यवाद.
ధన్యవాదాలు
ధన్యవాదాలు
धन्यवाद.
Bhagini, Shanti mantra.
ధన్యవాదాలు
Yeah.
శాంతి
Yes,
మంత్ర ఆగమదామి
Please.
ధన్యవాద
Please, Mahodaya, do.
సర్వే భవంతు సుఖినః సర్వే సంతు నిరామయాః సర్వే భద్రాణి పశ్యంతు మా కశ్చిద్ దుఃఖభాగ్ భవేత్ ఓం శాంతి 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 నమః సర్వేభ్యः ధన్యవాదాలు బని పునర్మిలామः
धन्यवाद.
శుభరాత్రి
ధన్యవాద భగిని